Hi, welcome to Speakeasy with Jase. Wow, why does that look so funky? For today, what are we on? March 31st, 2020, and we are midway through, a little bit past midway, well, depends on where you are, of the lockdown. So welcome, you guys. I've got to share the stream out and make sure it's working, so give me just a moment to do that, and we will get rocking. Looks like it is. Awesome. So I'm using, as I said, if you've been tuning in on these a couple times, a new technology, so I've got to make sure it's all going. It's nice and rainy here today in Boise. Also, today, here's what I want to share about. Some motivation for you guys, and then I think my real passion for today will be sharing with you how not to do bad Zooms. It's driving me nuts seeing all the bad Zooms that people are doing. And of course, Napa hasn't done this forever, but if you can hear that in the background, as soon as I go live, he's eating. He used to do this when we first started doing our lives. He would eat. It is the funniest thing too, because I used to hide his wet food underneath his dry food. So he learned to start nudging his dry food around looking for the wet food. And now he just looks like he has OCD. And he starts nudging the food around, and it's ridiculously crazy. So, and I wore my Aikido today because Aikido is about flowing, and there's no attacks. There's no beating your opponent up. You want your opponent to come out of this well, but really it's life training on how to flow with what life throws at you. And so my intention in wearing this today is to remind myself and you to flow with this. So let's talk about some precepts, some concepts that I want to share on this today. One is you will be defined by what you do now. One of my favorite personal growth people in the realm of time and productivity said, there's Don Wetmore, and Don says, you're not defined by what you don't do, you are defined by what you do. So when you think about that whole list of things that you feel like you need to accomplish, when you think of that whole list of things that you're like, man, I need to get this done and that done and that done, and you don't do it, it's natural to think, oh man, well, here's who I am because I didn't do all this stuff. But at the end of the day, is what they'll measure and what they'll count is what you did accomplish, who you did touch, who you did love, what messages you did spread. So my point for you guys here now is we will be defined down the road by what we do now, and also our business is going to be defined by this. So if you're having any sorry, I heard Betsy laughing. She's probably watching the stream on delay, laughing about Napa. So if you have any concerns, will business come back? Will the economy come back? A friend of mine just posted some videos from Vegas, and it's deserted on the Strip. I mean, him and his wife went down, and they're the only two people as far as the eye could see in these pictures. Someone else just posted this gorgeous picture I saw last night of New York City, and they said that they had to wait a while to get a picture of someone crossing the street in Times Square or something. You guys, do you think New York City and Times Square aren't going to come back? Do you think there's any possibility that they're not coming back? Here, I can actually show you this picture. There's no way. It might take a while. It might take something for it to happen, but they're going to come back. They're always going to come back. So let me see if I can share my screen with you guys real quick. There we go. One, isn't that a great shot? But then two, you're going to tell me New York's not coming back? New York's going to come back. There's no way New York isn't going to come back. It's always going to come back. Vegas will come back. And what's Vegas about? Entertainment, gambling, people losing their money. It might be slower, but it's going to come back. So for some of us, it will come back sooner than we thought. I was starting to wonder, hey, is money there? Is it going to happen? Are people going to buy coaching and stuff? And one of my clients, I was talking to her, and she's selling a group coaching program, and her official launch is coming up, and she's almost sold out before she does her official launch. And I was so happy for her, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is craziness. Look at how stuff is coming together so fast. So those are a couple thoughts I had for you guys is, you're going to be measured by what you do, and that it's always going to come back. So keep going today. And I'm sharing this message because I need to hear it as much as anybody. Keep going today and get the things done today so that when people start moving again and it really turns up, you're poised to really catch the wave. Plus, in between now and then, there is a lot of opportunity. Speaking of opportunity, a separate opportunity I have for you guys is, does anyone know technology really well and like to deal with older people? My mom is having trouble watching this live stream, and I will pay you to work with my mom to help her out. Let's do some quick shout outs, see who is joining us for the show right now. I see Jamie Honey, Harold Malloy, what's up? Laura Killebrew, Doris, good to see you guys. Welcome to the stream, glad you were on. Also, future streams, I want to start doing some more Q&A and strict coaching. So if you have questions, comments for coaching, I'd like to do more of that as well. Good to see all you guys. So those are two of the thoughts I had for you. And then another thought I had is, the best thing I saw today was by Neil Diamond. James Carnegie, good to see you. And but I want to show you how to do good Zooms. Too many people are stinking up their Zooms, and it's driving me batty. So let's do a Zoom. So I'm going to take it from soup to nuts. I'm going to load up the Zoom. I'm going to start the Zoom. And then I have another computer sitting over here that I'll log in with as like a guest to the Zoom. And we'll give some thoughts on how to do this Zoom most effectively. So if any questions, just post them over there. Facebook commenter said, yo, I have a feeling that's Harold. I am not sure, but I have a feeling that is Harold. Well, before we go, anybody have any questions or anything like that? Questions, comments, compliments? This thing, unfortunately and unfortunately, it streams to multiple channels at once, so I don't see all the comments at once. Please allow StreamYard to know your name so I know who I'm talking to. All right, so let's share this stream, and we are going to go to doing a Zoom. All right, guys, so excuse that. All right, so over here on the right, just so you know what's going on my desktop, over here on the right, on the left, I have my application window for StreamYard, what I'm using to pump this out. Over here on the right, I have Facebook where I'm monitoring the chats and all that stuff. So kind of ignore that. I'm going to go into Zoom now and start a Zoom. So right now is when we're starting the Zoom training, like if you're counting. So when you're going to do Zoom, here's how it looks. You start it up, you boot it up, and then you say you can schedule a meeting for later, or you can have a new meeting, and you can start with or without video. Once it's set up, you can just click new meeting, and then it's going to come right on. I'm going to end that meeting for now because I want to show you something about scheduling. So if we schedule a meeting, we can require a password. So a lot of people are talking about how, oh, you're getting these trolls jumping in on the Zooms and all that stuff. I don't know about that. Let me see if I can make this look a little bit better, though, you guys. There we go. So let me do this one. Excuse that picture-in-picture thing. So I have had no problems, and I hope I don't. So you could require a password and send it out, or you can uncheck this, and then people won't have to have a password. If you go to advanced options, so you can have it so that the video for the host is on or off, and the participant's video is on or off. That doesn't mean it will turn their video on automatically, but it means they have the option to turn on video. And then audio, telephone, computer audio, or both. You want to do both, and I'll tell you why in a moment. But you want to check both. And then calendar, whatever calendar you want it to download into. And then I always do record the meeting locally and instead of the cloud. The reason I don't record to the cloud is that it's very expensive for them to record it to the cloud. And the other thing is, it's just faster and easier to do it locally. Plus, if you have Dropbox, like I have Dropbox set up, my recording folder for Zoom is, I don't even know how many gigs it is, because I do all of my meetings on Zoom. I do my coaching calls on Zoom. Everything is on Zoom. So it's what, 10 gigs. So what I do though is I have it set on Dropbox that it stores the calls in the cloud. so that it doesn't take up any room on my computer. So I say online. So it automatically goes in there and stores it on the cloud. So if you put your recording folder in Dropbox, then it will store it up there. But you always want to record. And here's a couple of the reasons why. One is, if you're coaching people, you want to track what's said. Two, in the days of the Me Too movement, if you're a guy or a gal, I just think it's smart to have a backup, to have protection. Three, if you're doing sales, you want to have a record of what you have said when you're selling and what you've promised so that you can keep it. And also if there's any questions from your client, that you can look it up too and be really, really clear there as well. So then you can schedule. I'm not going to schedule it right now. I'm just going to do a new meeting. So when we go to new meeting, click here, and now it connects into Zoom. And then it says join with computer audio or phone call. For now, I'm going to join with computer audio. So right now, I'm pushing out on Zoom to wherever. And I have no guests, so that's fine. So what I'm going to do is I have a different laptop over here I'm going to use as my guest and log in to the Zoom meeting. Because I want you guys to see how it looks. You might say, how do I get people to join my meeting? Well, one thing is if you go to invite, you can click email and you can click one of those or just copy URL or copy invitation. What I do is I copy the invitation and I've saved it into my Evernote. So then if I want to write an email to someone, I can just write a quick email and shoot it out and copy and paste it out of Evernote. So it's super fast to send it over every time. I have some private notes in there. I don't want you guys to see all the notes. Let me do this real quick. So here's my Zoom meeting info that I've put in Evernote, and it has all of my meeting information. And I typically use the same meeting information for every meeting. It's my business's phone number. You can set your default meeting ID to whatever you want. So I use my business phone number. So whenever I'm going to invite someone, I just copy and paste this into a text, an email, a Facebook, whatever, and then they get it. So we're in the meeting now, and I'm going to join from the other computer. And I'm joining with video. So it could get confusing as who is who. Okay, so I'm going to point this computer at the wall so you know that it's the guest. So this is going to be, by the way, here's my super fancy setup today from the other computer. I have this thing, and then also I have this big light here so that I'm better lit. And then this is what I think everyone has, a box from either Zappos or more likely from Amazon on which to prop up their computer. I really don't know a single person who does a lot of lives who doesn't have a box. And you would think, why don't we get something more professional? I couldn't tell you. So here's this one propped up looking at the wall. Now, here's what you can do with this thing, and here's how you do it to make it effective. So we're on a different platform, and you're watching my screen as we do Dropbox. I just wanted to check over here to make sure everything's working, see if there's any more questions. All right, Daniel Rohr, good to see you joined, and David Atkinson, hi. So now we're in the Zoom. This person muted it on their end. I can unmute them here. Sometimes. Notice I'm clicking unmute, it's not working. Well, probably because they manually muted themselves. So over here, it says on their screen, I don't know if you can read it, it's hard for you to see, but it says, the host would like to unmute your microphone, and it's giving them the option to unmute or not. So it's telling them, hey, I want them to talk. But so let's suppose they said unmute. Now they're muted. I'm going to mute them again, though, so we don't get a bunch of feedback. So now they're muted again. And then if I didn't like what they were doing, I could click here and click on stop video, and now it turns off their video. So now you only see the name of the person. You don't see their video as well. So if someone's being inappropriate or they're being super distracting, and one of the things you want to do is monitor, like especially if you have a whole bunch of people on here, keep muting and unmuting them, because if they don't mute themselves, it just gets really annoying and irritating. So go back to this. I said ask to start video. I can't start their video for them, so I'll have to go over here to start it. So now their video is back on. So now when we're talking, I have what's called gallery view, and that's everybody is on here can be seen. And so like if we had 16 people, they'd all be seen. If I click speaker view over here, then only the person speaking, which I don't know why it thinks that's speaking. Well, it's just because it's me and them. If someone was speaking, then you would see that person as the main screen. It thinks that they're speaking for some reason. So the other thing you can do is pin video. So if you mouse over it and you pin it, that means this video, no matter who talks, will be the one that stays front and center or will be the big one. So if you have a special guest, you could pin their video. I'm going to unpin this. I'll go back to speaker view. It still thinks they're talking. Right. Well, I want me to be the main one, so I'll pin the video, and now I'll be the main one, even though they're in there. And then the last thing I want to share with you guys on this, and this is really critical right here, is a lot of times people's audio is really, really bad because, or their video is bad because what they're doing is they're connecting to the audio and video through the internet. And so right now, I'm not dialed in on my phone. I'm using the internet. So it's taking the bandwidth of the video and the bandwidth of the audio to get the zoom out there. So here's what I can do. You want to mouse when you're not moused over the screen, all the options disappear. So mouse over the screen, and on your lower left, you see this right here, this up caret. This will say phone options, and you can say switch to phone audio. This is the audio option, so switch to phone audio, and it gives you the options. So now I'm going to use my phone to call in. So now Zoom's asking me to enter my meeting ID. And here's what most people do when they call in.
Enter your participant ID followed by pound. Otherwise, just you are in
So now they call in.
There are 2 participants in the meeting. This meeting is being recorded.
Sorry about that, guys. I didn't think she would do that loop with that. I will have to mute her. Let me call again, and I will mute right off the bat. Okay, so here's what most people do.
You entered 415345 2. You have not entered any numbers. Please re-enter your meeting ID followed by pound. Enter your participant ID followed by pound.
Now we're there.
Otherwise, you are in the meeting.
So it's going to show the phone number there. So there's my cell phone number. Just don't call me. You can call anytime you want, actually. I put it on mute at night. So now we're in gallery view with 3 people. But I'm attempting just to call in, but it put the audio separate. So the way you connect your phone to your video is if you come back over here on the left and it says switch to phone audio. It doesn't know that this computer has called in because they didn't press a participant ID. So go to phone audio. What you have to do is scroll down a little bit, and it shows up, and it's participant ID 23. So what you can do is hit pound 23 pound, and it will connect the phone to the video. Boom. Now I'm talking through my phone, and it connected that audio to my video. So the benefit of that is, if I want to, I could now put in my headphones and be talking through my phone. And if I need to go do something, I could stop my video, walk around my house, go get another coffee or put ice in it, and it's not bad. The other thing is, now that I've called in through the phone, it's saving the bandwidth. And even if there's a glitch in the Wi-Fi or there's a glitch in your local service and the bandwidth goes down, because you've called in, usually the audio stays good. The only negative of calling in with the audio instead of using the internet is the sound quality is not quite as good as talking right into your computer or using headphones into the computer. I find that headphones through the phone, the audio quality isn't as good. But in a typical training call or a sales call, it works just fine. So, but the most important thing is it saves bandwidth and the audio works the whole time. So your call is much, much smoother. So I'm going to hang up the phone for now because I just want to show you guys some other stuff. So here's some other cool things to do when you're on here on Zoom. So if you click share and you go to whiteboard, this comes up. And it's literally a whiteboard. And what you could do is click draw, and you could draw, and there's different colors with which you could draw, which is super great. And you can click undo, undo. Or you could click text, and then you could change the color of the text. You could put in red, and then I could click text again, and blue. And then if I change it before I mouse out of it, notice it changed it. So I need to mouse somewhere else to put a new text box, and then I could put green. So here is a challenge though. I can't go back. I don't know how to go back and edit this text box right here. So it makes it a little difficult. So you could just have to add another text box below it or next to it or undo it and write again. But you can do a lot of drawing and you can really make some really nice presentations on here and have it be as if you're speaking live with a whiteboard. The other thing you can do, and then you can save these as well, and it will save it into a folder. And here's the whiteboard, so that if you're landing lessons for your attendees, you can send these lessons out to them in an email or post them up in a post. And so now that image is saved as a PNG. It's like a JPEG basically. So now it's saved as an image file that you can email out with your lessons. And every time you stop the share, where is my stop share's down here now. Stop the share. What will happen is it doesn't erase that board, but it saves a copy of it. So now if I go back to the whiteboard again and share, and I can say save, show and finder. Even if I hadn't saved it, there's now 3 whiteboards, and I only click save twice because it automatically saves it when you stop the share. It saves a copy of the whiteboard. And then if you want to clear it, you go clear all drawings. So that's one pretty cool thing you can do with Zoom that's super, super helpful. Other things you can do with the share, I could have my iPhone on and I could send an image to it via AirPlay. Actually, I wonder how hard that would be to just do it right now with you guys. All right, I don't have that plugin in right now. But I could also do this, is I can share my whole desktop. So this might look wonky, but now I'm sharing my desktop. And anything I do on my desktop, you guys will see me doing. You'll see it happening. The other thing I can do is, instead of sharing the whole desktop, is I can just share it like Google Chrome. So now whatever's happening in Google Chrome pops up. And I want to show you guys the best thing I've seen today. Have you seen Sweet Care? I saw that I posted this meme. Actually, I'll show it to you on Facebook. I posted a meme the other day, yesterday, and it said, you know, Neil Diamond's Sweet Caroline is canceled, because if you know the words, gosh, I'm just tongue-tied today, you guys. Come on. See, it's going real slow because I'm pushing to StreamYard and to Zoom simultaneously. So it's going like super, super slow. Come on. So anyway, I hope this has been helpful. If you guys have questions, please ping them over to me, shoot me an email, or just put them in the comments on Facebook. I'm glad to help you guys out. It is just not loading. But basically it said Sweet Caroline has been canceled because there's no reaching out, there's no touching me, and there's no touching you, which I thought was pretty awesome. Boy, it's just going super slow. Yeah, here it was. Breaking news: due to the ongoing coronavirus crisis with the coronavirus, Sweet Caroline is now banned from use. There will be no reaching out, touching me, touching you. So I want to play you guys a video. So something I need to do if I'm going to share, next time you share and you want to share a video or audio from your computer, you have to click share computer sound and then share it. And that wasn't what I want to show you. And then you can show a video. So then I could go back to here to my story and I could share it to my Zoom stream and it will actually play the audio. I hope this is all making sense. So if you want to share audio, just make sure you click share computer sound right down there. So, all right, so I'm going to quit the Zoom now. And meeting for all. And then one of the things that Zoom does is it has to convert it. It takes a while. If you're not used to working with Zoom, just something to know is when you convert it, when you finish it, it takes a while. And that was only what, 20 minutes. If you do an hour and a half, it takes a while. And then you've either got to upload it to YouTube or share a Dropbox link in order to share it with people. So that's some of the stuff. So let's go back to share my screen. You should be still seeing my screen. All right. I need to log in over here to make sure that it's still pumping through the way it should be. Do you see my screen still? So what I'm doing, guys, I need to check and make sure that you're actually seeing it because it doesn't always pump it out the way it should. It actually doesn't look like it's pumping it out right now. There we go. All right, now I'm bringing it back up if it will. Bring it back up. Doesn't look like it. So here is the best thing I have seen or heard for a while. So Neil Diamond came on and he said, can you tell me if you get, Betsy's here, you guys, that's who I'm talking to over here. I'm asking her to check the stream. Will you let me know if you can hear the audio from the video I'm playing?
This is Neil Diamond, and I know we're going through a rough time right now, but I love you, and I think maybe if we sing together, well, we'll just feel a little bit better. Give it a try, okay? Where it began, I can't begin to know it, but then I know it's growing strong. Was in the spring, and spring became the summer. Who'd have believed you'd come along?
Who'd have believed you'd come along?
Hands, washing hands, reaching out.
Don't touch me, I won't touch you. I think that's awesome. And that's beautiful training, by the way, in comedy making right there. He's able to make some fun of himself instead of being, how could people say Caroline's canceled? He's playing it up, which I love. Neil Diamond, I love you even more. Jazz Finger. I just cannot talk today. Jazz Singer was one of my favorites. Didn't understand it, but I loved it. So you guys, I love you. And I'm going to stop the share and encourage you to give Neil Diamond a thumbs up. How awesome is that? Don't touch me, I won't touch you. So we love you guys. And Linda says, that is good. And she says, I can hear and see it. All right, guys, this is going to be a fast one today. I send you much love. Reach out. We have some really cool trainings coming up. If you are a coach, speaker, author, and you have been thinking about it's your time to get on, it's your time to get your online courses going, it's your time to really make a difference in the world, and you'd like to make some really good income, people are going to be looking for stuff. So I'm pulling up over here a link that I could post you where you can make an appointment with me. So I'm going to give you guys an opportunity where you can set an appointment with me We'll talk one-on-one and see if there's a way that I can help you in your business, help you get online, help you make your product, your home study course, and then start rocking webinars to sell it. People are going to be bored. They're looking for stuff. They're going to need help. You have something important to share. Remember, we believe that you have a God-given mission that only you can do, and it can be fulfilled and funded through your business, even or maybe even especially now. So we love you, and we'll talk to you guys later.